Welcome to the Lynn Lineup, a show that highlights upcoming events happening in the Lynn community. Today we're here to talk about the LGMD Awareness Day Fundraiser for the Camron'sCure Foundation, happening on Friday, September 28th from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Knights of Columbus on Linfield Street. And I am joined by Michael and Jessica. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So for those out there that are not aware, including myself, what exactly is LGMD?
So LGMD is a type of muscular dystrophy called Limb Girdle Muscular Dystrophy. My son has type 2S. So it's a type of muscular dystrophy that has many different subtypes. And it affects like the muscles, muscle deterioration, and from the 2S, there's intellectual impairment also that goes along with it.
So how does this disease affect everyday life?
It affects everyday life. So my son is intellectually impaired. He learns a lot slower than other kids because of this. It affects his emotion, his learning, and just in the past 2 years has really affected his muscles. So long walks are hard for him. Going up and down the stairs can be just tiring for him, more tiring than everyone else. Playing with other kids, getting up off the floor is extremely difficult for him, and so getting into the car, he lifts his legs with his upper body, with his hands. So it just everyday muscle, everyday movement, and it's just more exhausting for him to move around than it is for us to move around. So.
And we were talking before the show, so the gene specifically that causes this has only been found recently.
Yes, so this gene was discovered 4 years ago. It's called TRAPC11. So that's the gene that causes limb girdle muscular dystrophy type 2S. So they discovered it 4 years ago. So even if my son is 15, our son is 15, and even if he had gotten genetic testing 6 years ago, it would have never shown up, because it was only discovered 4 years ago. So last year they sent in genetic testing for me, his dad, and my son, and me and his dad are carriers, and he has it.
And we also were talking, and he's actually part of a very select few that have this.
Yes.
And that's part of the reason that you guys wanted to start this foundation.
Yes.
Correct?
His dad's first came up with the idea to start the foundation, so if you want to talk on that.
Yeah, it was about a year ago, and like I was kind of describing before, we felt very hopeless before he was diagnosed, because they thought it might have been one thing, and they did testing, and it came out that he didn't have that. And the doctors, we got moved from one doctor to another specialist, thinking it was one thing, thinking it was another. And we were beginning to just feel hopeless, and we wanted a diagnosis so bad. And so finally, when we got the genetic testing back, we were relieved, We were very relieved that finally we had a diagnosis, and we knew how to face this, and we were prepared to now go meet with the doctor and get some treatment and learn about it and be able to move forward and to help his life. And so we went to the initial doctors, the appointment after the diagnosis, and basically it was very quick, it was very short, and we got told that there really wasn't any treatment. They didn't even know anything about it. They didn't really tell us anything about it. Everything we've learned about it, we learned on our own through research on the internet, which is very minimal, it's very small. And I remember leaving that doctor's appointment feeling very hopeless. I was in downtown Boston, and as a father, I felt really hopeless. And I know Boston is like the home of epicenter of research and development for pharmaceutical companies and research companies, and I felt like there had to be something that we could do. I remember I came up with a pie face challenge, just to spread awareness, And then through that pie face challenge, it kind of went a little bit viral in the muscular dystrophy community, where a father in California reached out to me and explained to me that I could start a charity, we could start a charity, and he kind of guided us through the process. And then a year later, now we're here.
Cameron's
you know?
Cure.
So, again, this is going to be a fundraising event.
Yes.
And the proceeds are going to be going towards research, which we talked about is really promising.
Yes. So this is actually our kickoff fundraiser. So this is we've been selling T-shirts, Cameron's Cure T-shirts, for a while now. So this is going to be our, so the Limb Girdle Muscular Dystrophy community, the Awareness Day for the U.S. is that weekend. It's on that Sunday. So that's why we're having the fundraiser. It's the kickoff for Cameron's Cure, but it's also the Limb Girdle Muscular Dystrophy Awareness weekend, kind of. So we planned it this weekend, you know, the weekend of September 28th for a reason. So in the proceeds, so they're, like I was saying to you earlier, they're right at a breakthrough with muscular dystrophy in general, especially limb girdle. I went to a conference in Georgia a couple months ago, and I met with actually the president of the gene company that's actually working on limb girdle muscular dystrophy gene therapy, and they're actually they're going to insert the correct gene into a couple children very soon that have limb girdle muscular dystrophy, a different type. And then the next 6 months will tell. But they've done it with Duchenne's muscular dystrophy already, and they see improvement. So kids that can't even walk are running. So they've showed videos, yes. And so the proceeds will go to gene therapy. We would like it to go to 2S, but we realize that at first what we have to do is we have to support the limb girdle muscular dystrophy, the trials of the other types, because the more they learn about any type of limb girdle muscular dystrophy, the better for 2S, because they'll eventually get to our type, you know? So the proceeds will go to gene therapy research in limb girdle muscular dystrophy.
And that's a fantastic way of looking at it, too. To help the overall to get to the individual type. So we only have about maybe 2.5 minutes or so left. So let's talk about the actual fundraising event. So people come out to this, what can they expect at the Knights of Columbus?
Okay, so we have put together the fundraiser. So it's $20 to get in per person, and that includes food. We have a couple places that have donated some food. We'll have a variety of Italian food, Hispanic food, and food will be with your ticket, included with your ticket. We'll have the cash bar. We're gonna have a DJ with dancing and just having a good time. Just go out to have a good time and just raise money and celebrate the kickoff of, you know, our foundation. So there'll be raffles. So we have a couple different, we have some Patriots tickets to raffle off. We have a week at a cabin in Maine to raffle off. We have many Lynn gift cards, places from places in Lynn, and we have many baskets. So it should be a good time.
Anything else you guys would like to say before we wrap up?
Just if you want to have a good time, please come support Cameron's Cure fundraiser. It will be fun, and you're supporting a 15-year-old from Lynn that goes to Lynn, born and raised in Lynn, goes to Lynn Classical, and so.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck, and I really hope this event is a success and that going forward the foundation raises a lot of awareness and funds for research. And again, that's the LGMD Awareness Day Fundraiser for the Cameron's Cure Foundation, happening on Friday, September 28th from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Knights of Columbus on Linfield Street. That's it for this edition of the Lynn Lineup. Thanks for watching.